gotta do a C4. I'm crashing hard.
Well, you're waking up at 3. Who wakes up at 3 in the morning?
I had to wake up at 3 this morning.
Psychopaths.
I had to go. You probably didn't go to bed at 3. You probably went to bed at 3.
No, I definitely am in bed. I'm sleeping like a normal person at 3 o'clock, like everybody should be sleeping. Everybody should be. Why are you up at 3 a.m.?
I had to train before I had an obligation. So
when's your obligation? 5 a.m.?
No, my obligation was 7 a.m. actually.
So you had to take 4 hours to.
No, so I got up at 3, went and trained at 4 because I have to eat before I go and train, and I went and trained at the private gym, and then we got back by like 6:45. I ate again, and then I had to go do my obligation, and then I just didn't get. I got back at like.
You trained for 2 hours?
Yeah.
What are you doing for 2 hours?
We had arms.
What?
And we had shoulders.
What?
Yeah, arms and shoulders.
You take 2 hours for arms and shoulders.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I have multiple sets with multiple drop sets.
So why are you training for 2? Okay, that's a lot of work, bro.
That's what
we got to talk about this,
bro.
We got to talk about this,
bro.
Because
that's what my trainer wants, and that's what my trainer gets, bro. You know,
trainer gets.
I mean,
2 hours.
I mean,
for
we
arms.
could probably. Well, I was also filming too, so like we probably could have went like a little bit faster, but I still was filming for my vlog. So like repositioning the camera, moving this here and there. So yeah, it took about 2.5 hours. So
man,
yeah,
you stand behind that like proud.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not something to be proud of, bro. That means you can't do a lot of. That means your work is mostly junk volume.
Okay, cool.
You don't think so?
No.
Because you haven't been training long enough to understand the difference.
Okay.
Junk volume. Yeah, say okay to me. Just pacify me because you don't have an argument here. Because anybody you look to, bro, that has a sufficient body doesn't train that long for shoulders and arms. I mean, you look at somebody like Dorian Yates, Ronnie Coleman, whatever. Their workouts were an hour long, bro. And they were because if you don't train intensely, then if you train intensely, rather, you can't train that long.
Okay, let me rephrase. I got picked up at 4. It took us about a half hour to get there. And then get warm. I also have to do posing, send stuff to my coach. So the whole workout wasn't like 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. It was more like an hour and a half. But I had to do posing, and then we had to wipe everything down, and then we had to drive a half hour back. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was all like timed out. So it wasn't like, you know, I started training at 4 and I got done at this time. No, we had to drive a half hour to get there. And then I had to do posing. I had to send stuff to my coach. And then we got into the workout. So
would you concede to what I'm saying though? Is that
I don't work out for 2.5 hours.
Right. So you concede to what I'm saying, like that's overkill.
Right.
And if you don't train intensely, or if you train intensely rather, you can't train voluminous.
Yeah. So like I don't train for that long. Like I'm usually done because I usually do 40 minutes cardio. Oh, and I went and did cardio after my obligation. I went and did cardio because I didn't get to do cardio in the morning, so I had to go do it. So yeah, usually I'm in the gym by like 5:30. I'm usually out of there by like 7:30, 8. And that's me kind of doing my thing.
I mean, that's like lollygagging then, I guess.
No, I mean, not really lollygagging, but like, 8:30, about 8. Because then sometimes I'll tan or
keep extending the time.
I go tan or I'll do posing or I'll send stuff to my coach and so on and so forth. Like it's all like a big process, not just I'm training for 2 hours straight. You know what I'm saying? It's all process.
Yeah, you live in the gym for a few hours.
Yeah, hour and a half. Yeah, give or take. Yeah, but I also have like 40 minutes cardio, so that takes up a lot of time. So
the cardio is separate from your training, correct?
Yeah.
So it's like you're training with weights for an hour and a half. And
like
then it's
hour 15. Yeah.
And then it's cardio.
Cardio, posing, stuff like that. So,
yeah. Where do you pose at?
I usually use the big changing room. Like when you walk right into the gym, if you go straight back, like they have that big one that kind of, it's really weird though. It's kind of awkward, right? Because like it goes out like a square and then it kind of goes into like a corner. Yeah. So it's a little awkward to sit there and try to set up the camera right and get the right angle that I need to get. But, and the lighting's not like the super best. It's just this bulb. Beep.
There's a lot of, I'll tell you what, people listening that go to Fitness 19, there's a lot of strange that goes on inside that room. I see multiple times seen kids in packs go into that room, both genders.
Oh.
And then I've seen a couple go into that room. They're in there for like 5-10 minutes. Homeboy's getting sucked, bro. Homeboy's getting sucked off. Something's happening. Some strange is happening.
Fitness 19, y'all got some strange shit. So
we're supposed to do a podcast with Fitness 19, correct?
With Vince. Yeah.
Vinny.
Yeah.
Oh, Vinny's gonna be in? I thought it was just gonna be Janet and Sam.
I think it's Vinny.
Well, that'll be interesting. Vinny's a cool guy, man.
He's a very, very cool guy. I've never met him in person, but I've talked to him via text, and he seems like a really, really cool human being.
Yeah.
My trainer actually knows him personally, so he used to work for Vinny in the Valley.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so there's this big like, oh, you're training him? Oh, cool. You knew him when he was small guy. Now he's big guy. Yeah. So yeah, it's really cool.
Well, I had something I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
And
ask away.
I think it was. Stop looking at the camera like that.
I'm not.
Not even look at you. I know you're looking at the camera.
At the camera.
As you say that,
I'm actually staring this way.
You didn't look at the camera as you said. Ask away.
Now I'm staring at the camera. I was actually standing here.
You didn't look at the camera when you say asked away.
No.
Interesting.
Watch the replay.
I thought I knew you better than that.
No,
I guess I was wrong.
Nope, I
guess I don't know you that well.
Ask away.
I think it was just. Why do you get up at 3 a.m.? But then I think that you answered that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't get behind that. But then I guess if you change your circadian rhythm to match those types of hours where you wake up at 3 and you maybe go to bed at 8, it makes sense. I guess I'm just not.
What time do you go to bed?
I mean, I'd like to go to bed at 10.
Are you one of those like on the weekends I stay up later?
No. I mean, I guess because I don't have any obligations during the weekend typically, unless it's back end work or something that I have to take care of, and that's always just spontaneous.
Yeah.
It's like I try to get to bed I'd like to get to bed at 10, but who am I kidding? It's typically 12, and then I wake up and then I typically like 6 hours, 7 hours a night maybe of sleep because I wake up at 6 during the weekdays. And on the weekends, obviously I allow myself to sleep in. I don't give a fuck. I'll sleep in. But then again, you can't go against your alarm clock, man. Your alarm clock wakes you up. It's just like, fuck.
Bro.
But I try to sleep in, man, for sure on the weekends because I want to rest. I want to regain what I might have not been able to accrue during the week in terms of REM sleep. So want to get that back.
Explain REM sleep to the audience that does not know what REM sleep is.
What do you mean? Is this deep REM? I don't really know the logistics behind it. I can't really speak intelligently on it. But REM sleep is when you recover, I want to say, on the physiological end. And I want to say that, psychological end, like mental faculties, etc. Mm-hmm. But I could be wrong. I could be jumbling those two together. All I know is REM sleep is very important for recovery, and not only physiologically, systemically, psychologically, in terms of your mental faculties, etc. And so it's very important. And some people genetically, I think there's a genetic component to it. Some people can get away with maybe less sleep than others.
Yeah,
I mean, there's definitely an average to work with it. And I would imagine that for people our age, work within the range of like 6 to 8 hours, somewhere in that bracket. But some people get away with fucking 5 routinely. Some people can't do anything unless they get 7.5.
I would like to get 7.5 one of these nights.
Why don't you?
I don't know. My body. Well, I normally get up and pee multiple times a night, but I mean, thinking about it, I guess I do get a good amount of sleep because I'm usually falling asleep on my couch by like 7, 8 o'clock. I'm in bed by like 8, and then I'm asleep. Once I hit the pillow, dude, it's game time. I put my phone on silent, and it's game over.
Yeah,
yeah. But then I wake up at like 10:30. 11 o'clock. I go to the bathroom.
Wait, you put your phone on silent? Like, what do you mean by that?
Like, do not disturb.
Okay. I have an issue with that. Let me tell you why.
I don't care.
I know you don't care. It's fine. Let me tell you. Maybe you will think differently about this once I tell you. For everybody listening, and you especially, that is the most selfish thing you could do, is by putting your phone on silent. Let me tell you why. You don't know what's going to happen in the night. Perhaps somebody needs you. Perhaps one of your family members needs you, and they try calling you excessively because you're not answering, and they're in a very bad situation. And because your phone's on silent and it's on DND, you never hear that call, and possibly you don't get to extinguish the fire that might have been needed at the time because you decided, don't bother me. Don't want to be bothered by a phone call. Now, I understand like TikTok fucking alerts and notifications, shit like that. But what if that happens when somebody really fucking needs you and your phone's on D&D because you want to get a good night's sleep? I get it, bro. But what if they need you? That overrides your good night's sleep, correct?
Yes, but do you know the 2-ring deal?
No. What do you mean 2-ring deal?
Cool. Awesome. Let me explain it to you. Is if you call me twice, it will go through. Don't call me twice unless you have to.
So that is like a natural thing that's imparted on the D&D?
Yes. You can do that to certain people. Yes. Like your family.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. Is if they call you twice
that makes sense. That's good.
If they call you twice in a row, it goes straight to my phone and it will ring.
That's good. Okay. Then I have no problem with it, man, because I was
like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna debunk what you say because it's okay to put your phone on silent. It's okay to be unavailable for people. It's totally okay because sometimes you need that time.
I mean, I can make an argument to fucking fail your argument too. I mean, here's one. Why don't you go to fucking jail? You're somebody that you know is in jail.
Why the fuck would I go to jail?
Let's just say somebody's in jail. And they have one phone call. They have one phone call to get. They have one phone call, and they call you. They waste that phone call on you, and because your shit's on D&D, you don't pick it up, and you don't think it's an emergency because they only get one phone call, and all they do is call once.
Why are they in jail?
What's your argument now?
Why
you
are
don't
they in
know?
jail?
You don't know. You don't know what could happen. I know you have loved ones that might have that possibility or might have the possibility of that happening to them. So what if that happens?
So, especially if you're in jail, if you do the crime, you do the time. I'm not going to bail you out.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry. You do the crime, you do the time. That's 100%. That's why we don't break the fucking law.
That's fair. It's fair. I would feel the same way, but then again, if I had let's say I had a son or a daughter, I'd want to know at least why they're in jail, and I'd want to talk to them.
Usually, and then if that happens, I'd wake up or I do check my phone, like when I wake up and go to the bathroom, I'll check it and like kind of see like if I have a missed call or something.
But you can't call the precinct back,
right? You can.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you can.
You can say, hey, I got a call.
Hey, I got a call. What happened? Or so-and-so, and if it's like, oh, we have so-and-so in custody, or usually what happens, it will go to voicemail. And when you check the voicemail, it'll be like, you have a collect call from so-and-so, from Department of Corrections, or yada, yada.
You know a lot about this.
I do know about a lot of this,
Is there some history behind that?
Yeah, I've been to jail.
So that's what happens when you try calling somebody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been to jail. On top of that, my whole family are correctional officers. So, yeah, I grew up in the correctional system. So
I've never been to jail.
I've been to jail.
Thank God.
Yeah,
because I would get.
You would get fucking manhandled. You'd be somebody's bitch in 2 seconds. I swear you would.
I mean,
you would.
We'll see.
You would be grabbing somebody's.
We won't see. I don't want to see.
You would be grabbing somebody's rabbit ear in no time.
Rabbit ear?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's when you go and you flip your pocket out. It's called a rabbit ear, and usually their bitches grab onto them and they pull them along. Yep.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Well, we won't have to worry about that because I don't do anything wrong.
Exactly.
Like that, bro. But then again, bro, there could be something happen. There could be something happen in my life where I could leave. I don't. Anything is possible, even though not everything is. You don't ever say never because you don't really know at the end of the day what life holds for you.
Absolutely. But if you go to jail, don't call me. 'Cause I'm not going to bail you out.
I'm going to never waste a call on you.
Exactly. So if you go to jail, don't call me.
You know that for me, like looking this way at you, like my neck gets fixed in this way.
Bro, my neck.
And then when I turn it, it's like it's odd. It's very awkward to look at the camera. I'm not used to looking at the camera.
It's like.
Well, I will say, man, thank you for telling me about the D&D thing because that's something that always rubbed me the wrong way because I always felt like that was a fucking I didn't even know that I felt like why would you even put that ability there on the phone when people might call you and that and need you.
When you on your phone for your loved ones, do you have ice next to them?
No.
Okay. You should put that in case of an emergency.
Well, I don't put my phone on D&D and I don't
No,
put my phone...
I'm saying okay, hypothetically speaking, you get in a car accident and you're not coherent, right? And somebody's coming to help you. Is there anybody you need me to call? Right? In your phone, you could put ICE, which is your in case of emergency.
Mm-hmm.
And you could go and you could have them, yes, call my mother or brother or sister or whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? And they'll look in your ICE and go, oh, this is your emergency contact. Cool. Boop. Hey, this happened. They're being transported, da-da-da, so on and so forth. Yep, that's the thing.
Emergency contact, is ICE, what does ICE stand for?
In case of an emergency.
Case of emergency.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I should do that.
Yeah.
I don't...
Look at me teaching you things.
You are. For once, let's go on record and let's say for once, you taught me something.
Hey.
And it's very valuable, man. I will tell you, very valuable.
Finger guns.
Please stop looking at the camera.
I can do whatever I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can look at the camera, say hi to the people.
Please stop looking at the camera. Again, I'm going to tell you again. Please stop looking at the camera. Just have a conversation with me, not the camera.
I'm having a conversation with everybody.
Is this a podcast or a solo cast?
It's a podcast.
Well, right. Then your
podcast. Video cast. Meaning people watch us on the YouTube.
Yeah, but it's not just YouTube.
So we have to...
But it's not just YouTube.
I know. And it's also Spotify as well, right? And we should be able to engage with them and wave at them and say hello. It's called being a personality.
No, it's not.
Yes,
It's called genuine conversation. That is the reason why people are listening in the fucking first place. If it were that way that you just illustrated, well, then it'd be a totally different dynamic. It's not that though. Dynamic. It's not. We would be both facing the camera then if that was that.
If we got multiple cameras and I had a camera switcher and one went to you, you would be looking at the damn camera.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be looking at you, bro. I would be looking at you because you're the thing that's important here.
Beating my head against the wall.
I mean, look, it's just respect for you. I'm giving you respect. I'm giving you the respect you deserve, which is looking at you, which is what I expect in return as a man to a man. You give me respect by looking at me, not here.
I look everywhere. I'm surrounding myself with everything.
You're just trying to be a contrarian now at this point.
Not really.
Do you know what a contrarian is?
Meaning that I'm just trying to go against what you're saying.
Right. You're doing that. I mean, it's like, I have a valid point here.
It's not really a valid point.
You
think every point that you make is valid?
Here we go.
You think every point you make is valid?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I told you I just conceded the fact that you were right about the in case of emergency situation and that I didn't know about the whole two phone call or 2 ring thing.
It's a great thing.
Okay, but I didn't know about that, and I can see that you were right on that, bro. And that's something that I should adopt. I'm not trying to go against what you're saying. I don't think that everything I say is solidified. So, no, you're wrong in that. But I am telling you that I have a valid point here. And if you date back to if you reference any of the other podcasts that talk and have guests or have the whole banter between the person, they're looking at each other. I look at the camera. They don't ever look at the camera.
Tighten up
They don't ever look at the camera. So... I don't understand why you're trying to make this into a vodcast situation. It is, but it's also predominantly a podcast.
I don't know why you're getting so
That
angry.
Is me. You know that about me. I'm very fucking passionate about everything that I talk about, do.
You're getting fucking angry over me looking at the camera.
Oh, no, this is not anger. This is not anger, my friend.
You're yelling at me.
This is not anger.
The camera.
This is trying to establish a dynamic that should have been preset from the very beginning, the conception of this podcast. That's what I'm doing. And I'm just saying, it makes a lot more sense for you to look at me.
Then we need to change the chairs because sooner or later my neck gets stiff and I want to look this way.
That's the thing. When I look this way, I unstiff it and it's like, fuck.
Yeah, it's like if we're facing each other, I have no problem looking at you. You know, beautiful blues.
Thank you. We were talking about doing that with a table.
We were talking about doing that with a table.
And also getting guests in here to be able to do that. What are you thinking?
We'll cross that bridge when we cross that bridge.
What do you mean?
With the guests and the whatnot and the who wears. I gotta mess with some things in the old studio. So I just haven't had time is the thing. And my schedule is getting even more busier.
Fair.
Like my schedule is getting like I was doing my schedule I think yesterday. I was doing my schedule for end of February going into March going into April. And it is just jam-packed. Like, only home for a couple days, gone again. Home for a couple days, gone again. And I'm just like, holy shit. And, like, it's just getting busier and busier and busier and busier and busier, which is great. I have no problem with that. Anyway, it's just, like, doing that and then everything else that I got going on, like this right here and redoing this is, like... It will get done at some point when I have a moment.
What do you think is there an enticing factor that could be attached to it that could move things along quicker, or is it just
a lot of it is time, bro. A lot of it is time. Is like I'm traveling so much coming up here. It's ridiculous. Like I said, I'm only home in April. I'm home. I think maybe 10 days.
I mean, that's cool, man.
And that's
it's cool and it's not cool for certain people, that want you around.
Right. But I'm home for like maybe 10 days. And that's just and the longest stretch is the week after the competition. That's the longest stretch. And then I'm right on the road going into May, And like March is February going into March into the middle of March, and then I'm taking the 2 weeks off for the competition, and then going from the competition straight into, wrestling is just, it's insane. And then if everything goes to plan at the end of February. End of February.
This
February,
month.
end of this month, yeah. Mm-hmm. Then I'm gonna be even more stacked, and which is awesome. And I'm very excited about because it's one thing I've been working very, very hard at. But yeah, it's just, end of February is going to be a very big show and tell, which is going to be awesome.
Well, I mean, that is coming up.
Yes.
Not really. I mean,
we're at the beginning of February right now, yeah. What are we at? February what?
So 3
3rd,
weeks.
4th, 5th, something like that? I don't know where we're at. We're a couple weeks, yeah. And then like I had to...
This podcast will come out on
Tuesday.
Yeah, but that is the 7th or something.
Something like that, yeah.
So we're doing this.
We're doing it early.
Saturday.
We're doing it on Saturday the 4th because I have an obligation on that Tuesday, this Tuesday, to go film television in Los Angeles.
What are you doing?
Irvine.
What are you doing?
Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is that like? What does that look like? The championship wrestling situation. In comparison to,
they wrote me out a huge storyline.
Okay, so it is a character you're playing.
Yeah, it's a character that I'm playing. Yeah, well, I'm Sledge, my character, but they wrote me out this big storyline. They're like, "Are you available for all these dates?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they do it at the comedy club in Irvine.
Yeah,
and the setup's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. It sounds great, looks fantastic on television, and I'm like, "Yeah, man, let's do it." And Championship Wrestling from Hollywood has been around for years, and they have over 1 million. They get over 1 million views a week on YouTube, and then they're all over the United States. And usually when people come from different countries, right, they go and I meet people from other wrestlers from different countries. They always ask me, "Have you done Championship Wrestling from Hollywood?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've done Championship Wrestling from Hollywood." I did it one time before I signed with ROH, and then after I got signed with ROH, obviously I couldn't do any television because I was contracted to them to do television. And then once that all happened, and then I kind of stayed in contact with the booker, and he actually plays Dusty Rhodes in Young Rock, which is really cool, which is on television.
What's that?
Young Rock?
Uh-huh.
So Young Rock is a television show on, I want to say ABC or NBC or one of the big networks, and it goes through his life, every part of his life from when he was a child to doing
The Rock.
The Rock, yeah, WWE, and he produces it. He does everything with it, right? And he's very hands-on with that project. And the guy who is the booker for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood played Dusty Rhodes on one of the episodes, which was really, really cool. So, and now he's doing a number amount of other episodes with Young Rock, and he's done a lot of Memphis and a lot of stuff around the world of professional wrestling. And he's a really, really nice dude, very, very cool. And when we talked on the phone and was like, hey, I want to bring you in, we negotiated and we talked, and I was like, yeah, man, that sounds great. I said, but I have possibly this too, which I know one of the other guys does Championship Wrestling from Hollywood who's with this said place as well. So there's no confliction. Thank you. There's no confliction. And he's like, yeah, man. He goes, I have this huge storyline that I want to do with you. Are you available all these dates? And I said, yeah, because number one, the money's good, the exposure's good. All that is good. So yeah, I'm like, let's do it, So
yeah. Well, the exposure is where it's at, I think, man. I mean,
yeah,
so many things extrapolate off of being exposed or have the potential to,
Yeah. This is so good.
I mean, anything's good when it's sweet and you're dieting, right?
Yeah. But it's 0 calories too, which is great.
Of course, all those are.
All these, not all of them.
Yes, except
goat?
for Zoa. Zoa has an energy drink that's, I think, with The Rock is he has an energy drink that is a little bit calorically expensive.
Same with Ghost. The Ghost. Yeah, they're like 5 to 10.
Oh no, that's nothing. So when we talk about having calories, we talk about anything under 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, even 15. Like Red Bull, there's some Red Bulls that have like 15, 25 calories, depending on how tall you get with the Red Bull. But I mean, no.
Those are tart, bro.
Yeah, but you're talking about...
Red Bulls are tart.
Negligible amounts. And, I mean, you spend more than 10 calories just shaking your fucking knee like you are right now throughout the podcast.
You were so on me today about my shaking and looking at the camera.
Am I?
Yeah, a little bit.
Or are you just sensitive? I'm just expressing facts here. It's fact that you bumped your knee like that constantly.
I do.
Which is why do you do that? I've always wanted to ask you.
Nervous thing, I guess.
You're nervous?
Not really nervous.
You're nervous to talk to me?
No. I don't know. It's a nerve thing, I guess. I have no idea. I just do it. It just kind of, everybody has little ticks, like your fucking man meat coming out of your shirt.
Man meat coming out of my shirt? What does that mean?
Your hamburger meat.
My hamburger meat.
Yeah,
what is
your
that?
hair coming out of your chest.
Oh, because I have chest hair because I'm a man.
Because you're a man.
Oh, I see. Because I'm a man.
Because I'm a man.
I don't shave my chest, right? Because that's an old thing. I used to shave my chest for bodybuilding, but I'm not competing no more. Don't matter.
Because I'm a man.
I'm a man. And men leave their hair. I used to shave everything, man. And that was when I was competing. And I tell you, that's a fucking arduous process.
Bro,
I hate doing it.
Arduous, dude. It sucks.
I fucking hate it.
It's such the worst. Ladies, y'all are studs for shaving as much as y'all do.
For sure.
Because I'm not a big arm hair guy because I usually wear wrist tape, when I'm wresling. So usually tape and hair.
Well, you have tattoos and doesn't look good with tattoos
and stuff like that. So usually I used to just have my arms shaved, right? And my armpits. I don't like armpit hair. I think it's weird.
You think it's weird?
Yeah,
for
that's
guys
where. Well, no, that's
hair?
where most of the smell is hidden is in your armpit hair. Did you know that?
No, I think it's glandular. I think it's glandular, brother. I don't think it's necessarily have to do with hair. I mean, it may play a little bit of a role, but I think it's mostly glandular. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But
that's what I heard. I've never Googled it.
Yeah, you should Google things before you talk about them. You should fact check yourself or even your partners, your bros that you deal with, because they may be wrong.
Well,
But then again, I could be wrong too. Hey. Just for the people listening, fact check us, please.
Hey, don't look at the camera. Look at me. Don't be disrespectful.
Actually, I'm taking a drink of LaCroix. And it causes me to... I have to drink it away from the microphone. Unless I want to move the microphone. I decide not to move the microphone. So I'm just drinking over the microphone, and then that puts my head in a different position.
Shout out
so
LaCroix.
this is where it's facing.
I love LaCroix. They're so good.
Fuck LaCroix. They haven't sponsored us yet.
Yeah, fuck you. C4, let's try you. Head over to
Let's try you.
Yeah, head over to C4.com and use promo code GetFucked.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
That's funny. Funniest thing you've said all day.
Hey, I got.
Sometimes you're funny.
Hey, I got one-liners sometimes.
Sometimes we have one-liners.
One-liners.
They don't come often.
They don't come often. Not all of us do.
What was I talking about before?
Yeah, I just don't like. I'm not
shaving.
I'm not a big armpit hair guy. But I used to have my chest, hairy, but I'm not a hairy guy though. That's the thing, is I'm not a very hairy human being. Like, I don't have back hair, which is I'm very blessed with, because some guys have fucking sweaters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you don't shave anything in the back then?
Nope.
Not even like peach fuzz?
Sometimes I'm cleaning up like my head and stuff like that. I'll see if I can snag a razor on like my shoulders.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, no.
Well,
my legs. I'm so shy about my legs, and I don't know why I'm so shy about my legs. My legs are fucking awesome. I've just always been so shy about my legs.
How do you know your legs are awesome? Who do you compare them to? That have awesome legs.
I just know I have awesome legs.
Okay, but that could be delusional.
It's
so
not.
who do you compare your legs to that have awesome legs?
Because it's not delusional. Trust me, my legs are awesome.
Okay, then
and
I
just never, I don't know. I've never been a short guy. I've never been a sandal guy. I've never been that guy.
Okay.
I'll tell you a story today. I almost threw up. I almost puked. I wanted to puke. I almost left.
For what?
I almost left. The reason why I almost left was there was somebody walking around barefoot. And I was like, oh.
Really?
Yeah, bro. In a gym.
Why does that make you puke? That doesn't have to do anything to me for some reason.
It does, because there's so much sweat and shit all over the place, bro.
Nah,
and you're
people don't sweat in that gym. That would require them to work hard, and not many people work hard in that gym.
And people with their fucking outside bringing their shoes in from the outside, and you're walking around barefoot and all this. Fuck that, dude. I don't want to see your fucking dog mitts. Fuck that, dude. I'm not a foot person. I can't stand feet. You know what I mean? I have great feet because I get my feet and my toes done, and so on and so forth, because I get really bad ingrown toenails. So when I go and get pedicures, they take out the ingrown toenail, which is fucking epic and hurts like a bitch, but still it works.
Epic?
Epic?
Nah.
Yeah. It is epic. Have you ever had a pedicure?
I mean, yeah, but don't care.
They massage those calves, brother. Woo, let's go. But yeah, I usually put my shoes on right after, just because, like, I don't know, I don't like exposed feet. And I was doing cardio today, and somebody walked by, and their feet were exposed, and I was all like, "What the fuck?"
This isn't Fitness 19.
No, it was not at Fitness 19.
I was gonna say that doesn't.
It was not. I would have flipped. It was at Fitness 19.
You would have told Janet.
You
would have went and told Janet.
I would have told Janet.
You would have went and told Janet and had
Janet, this motherfucker right here ain't got no goddamn shoes on. Now I understand.
You go sick them, Janet.
Yeah, you get them. Now I understand if you're doing legs and you're in socks. I get it. But if you're bare feet, hell no.
I don't know why. That doesn't bother me.
Hell no. I don't even walk around my house bare feet.
Yeah.
Like, I get out of bed, I put socks on.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's never bothered me. But then again, we're all quirky, man, in some regard. Yeah. And I'm quirky with different things. I don't, there's certain things I care about, certain things I don't. That's one thing that I just doesn't really teach their own, I guess, in that regard. But I'll definitely make fun of you if you wear fucking flannel pants to the gym. Or Crocs.
Oh, I saw this.
You can fuck off. If you wear that shit, fuck off.
I saw this guy in the gym today. Not today, but I think it was a couple of days ago. And first off, I started busting up laughing. Second of all, I thought of you, and I was all like, because I was like, I don't think about you all the time. I was like, we just talked about this. This is why it was funny.
Thought about me.
No, I thought about this in the pod because this guy walked in, and he looked like he just rolled out of bed in fucking Joe Boxer fucking leg pant gimmicks. And I'm like...
And a wife beater. Was it a wife beater?
Did he have a wife beater on? I don't think he had a wife beater on. He had a shirt on. He had a sweatshirt on.
Uh-huh.
But it looked like he just rolled the fuck out of bed. And he's sitting there working out. And then he's sitting there shadow boxing. Like he's some fucking boxer. And I'm like, just because your shit says Joe Boxer doesn't mean you're a fucking boxer, bro. All right? And he's sitting there and he's got this old school Everlast jump rope with him. Like the leather one.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like...
Is he a kid?
Yeah.
He's a kid. Okay.
He's a kid. Yeah.
This trend is only prevalent amongst the kids.
16 to under. Maybe 17, 18, maybe under.
Right. I would say anything. I would say nothing past 19.
Yeah.
Typically, it looks like seniors or juniors in high school, right?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, they're definitely in high school.
Yes.
Definitely in high school.
Dude, I don't know about you. I was not lifting in high school.
I was playing football and I was wrestling, so I
lifted.
was lifting, but I wasn't lifting to like what I am now. It was more of like trying to figure out how to lift. I remember I was lifting by myself, and I put 135 on the incline, and I thought I could lift it, and I lifted it out, and the next thing you know, it's all it's like I'm like
oh no,
I'm like I'm like trying to like and then I like had to do the roll down, you know, and then like try to get it off my fucking lap because I thought I was a lot stronger than what I was. Yeah,
that's bad, dude.
Yeah, I was not in good shape as a kid. No, I mean I wrestled really well, and I really enjoyed wrestling because I'm not a big team sport kind of guy. Like I love watching football and I love watching team sports, but participating in team sports is not my thing. Now, yes, I was on the wrestling team, but it wasn't the team out there on the mat. It was me versus one other person. And that's what I loved. I have to outwork that motherfucker.
Of course.
That's what I loved. You know? So, and every time I was in that wrestling room, it was just like, we were dogs in there, man. Just absolute dogs. And we would turn that heat up. Oh, man, it would be so hot in that wrestling room. And we would all be just gassed for hours, sweating, drilling, wrestling. Oh, so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think about germs at that point or bacteria.
You don't.
You know, when you're a kid.
Ringworm, staph infections, stuff like that.
You don't think about that
and
shit.
That's the thing, though, is like, that's what I automatically thought of when this motherfucker was walking around barefoot in the damn gym. I'm like, motherfucker, you're going to get staph or you're going to give
that's
somebody
good
else.
Of you, yeah.
You're going to give somebody else staph.
Because he could have a cut on his foot. You know, and yeah, I never think of that.
And 9 times out of 10, motherfuckers don't take care of their toenails. Tell me one person that you, besides a female, in a male, if you look at somebody that's wearing sandals, their toenails are nice.
Right.
They're usually fungused up and just beat to shit.
I mean, beat to shit for sure. Maybe not fungus. That's kind of hyperbole.
They're usually yellow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fungus. Yeah. So because people don't wash their fucking feet. They don't get down in the shower and lean over and wash their fucking feet. You know, they just think the soap's just going to run down to their feet and wash their feet for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? And that's how you get staph infection or fungus and shit like that in between your toes and in your toenails and stuff like that because people don't take care of their fucking toes. Right? I am a big believer in taking care of your feet. If a man can take care of his feet, he can take care of the business.
That's not true. Do people actually take care of, it's not. Do you say take care of business?
That's my thought.
Oh, okay.
That's
a nice thought, but that doesn't actually apply in real life. Like, it's also something I thought, man, I'll side with you on this. I thought people that are not in shape are not competent in doing anything that's of success.
Right.
Like if you're fat, you're probably got no discipline. You can't grow a business. You can't make something, successful because you don't have discipline even in your own body.
For sure.
That's not true. There's a lot of fat fucking CEOs of Fortune 500 companies.
Bro.
So how do you explain that? It's like that person is disciplined in a different pathway in life.
Yeah.
Right? When it comes to them, they'll put themselves off in terms of their body and they'll just do what they need to do to sustain life, eat whatever the fuck, whatever. But on top of that, like what their focus is their business. Their focus is the things that make them money.
Yeah.
And they don't really care about their bodily image, So, that flies in the face of my logic.
Yeah, I just don't like feet.
It's because you're focused on that. Like you have a direct concern with that in your own body. So then you carry that out to multiple people as they should have the same kind of concern.
And I've tried the sandal thing. I've tried it. And I'm like, why is this a thing? Like, I understand going to the pool, having sandals on, because you're not going to wear shoes in the pool. I get it. You wearing sandals at the beach? I get it, right? You're not gonna wear.
You're one of those foot fetish motherfuckers.
No,
huh? No, you're not.
No, I can't stand feet, bro.
Oh, I thought because you take care of them.
No, I can't stand feet. And people that fucking do foot fetish and shit, putting somebody's foot in your mouth, you could fucking kiss my ass. I don't. Fuck no. If somebody was like, "Oh, suck on my toes," I'd be like, "Get the fuck out."
There's a disconnect with somebody, I think, that likes that sort of thing. Like, what is going on in your head where that would even turn you on?
I can't even stand a foot massage. If somebody was like, massage my feet, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Well, don't they do that at the massage part?
Now,
pedicure?
they do that with like hot stones and stuff like that. And like, they barely like, I mean, they do it, like if they do it to me, that's fine. Right? But I'm not going to have like a significant other or somebody else or whatever it is, girlfriend, you know, or whatever the fuck, sit there and massage my feet. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't expect, and for fuck, they're not going to expect me to do that because that's not going to happen. If they're like, oh, I've worked all day, honey, will you massage my feet? I'm like, nope, there's fucking machines for that.
I mean, there is.
Yep. Go buy one.
So you love foot health. You love foot care.
Yes.
But you don't like feet.
Nope.
But you like the care of the feet.
I like to take care of my feet.
Uh-huh.
I don't, you know, but if somebody else doesn't take care of their feet, yeah. I know I'm weird. It's a quirky thing.
No, it's not weird.
It's a quirky thing. But yeah, but like when I wake up, like I will not walk around my house barefoot. I won't.
Oh yeah, man. If I got into what I do and don't do, you'd be like, you would look at me like, what is wrong with you? There's a lot of things that I'm quirky about, man. And I've developed that in my latter years of life.
I don't even walk around my house shirtless. Like I have to be fully clothed in my house. It's like I don't like taking my shirt off in public. I don't like wearing shorts. I have no problem wrestling half naked. I have no problem posing pictures half naked. But when it comes to my house, like if you were like, let's go to the pool, man. Let's go fucking yada yada. And I'm like, I would be so shy to take my shirt off. I really would. And I have abs and shit. I still would be fucking be like because it's a mental blockage I have in my head that I have to get over of being still the fat kid that was 6 or 7 months ago. You know what I'm saying? So
no and yes.
Yeah, it's just it's a mental blockage that I have to get over.
Yeah.
And sooner or later I will get over that and be more confident in my body and do that. And you know, it's not going to happen overnight. It's just going to be a process.
Possibly, right? I mean, like that could also live on. You know, it depends on what you do actively to take care of it, I guess. Because there are a lot of things that stay with me since childhood, you know, and I can't do anything about it, dude. It's like they're there.
Can you give me a couple?
I mean, for the longest time, I had a problem taking my shirt off.
Yeah.
The longest time, and because I'm never good enough in my own body. I don't care what anybody else might see or what anybody else might think about what they see in my body. I have a certain standard, and I'm constantly chasing that standard or trying to surpass it, and that's an arduous process, and can be defeating at times if you're not mentally strong.
Right.
And there's a lot of things that can be defeating, and I'm not complaining about first world problems here when there are people that have far bigger concerns in life.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, I'm just being transparent. These are also things that I wrestled with in my past, and that's why I can understand where you're coming from, but I can't understand because I was never fat. I was never fat in general. I was always regular. Like when I was in high school, same height, I was 165, and I just ate whatever I wanted whenever I didn't, you know. If there was days that I ate Taco Bell, okay. There was days that I ate cereal and Subway, okay. There was days that I ate real good, okay. But I stay around the same weight. And obviously for a good reason, your body fat, your body acclimates to a certain body fat set point, and then where it's comfortable rather. And so now it's changed. I'm anywhere from 195 to 200, and I stay within the means of, I'd say, the same body fat year in, year out, and I eat the same, I cheat the same, basically. But I still had my insecurities. This stems off of insecurity from faulty behavior patterns as a youth or in adolescence. And it's hard to reconfigure that when you get older because shit stays with you. It's like trauma.
We are what we know.
It's like trauma.
Yeah.
You know, it's pussy trauma. It's pussy trauma. Like, we don't have trauma like most people have trauma.
Right. It's fucking bullshit. Yeah.
I'm definitely putting a disparaging title on it because it is bitch made.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is just what it is. So fucking leave it at that, you know? But yeah, it definitely stems from an insecurity. And it stems from a standard that I place on myself that even if I was to meet it, I would think, okay, now the goalpost moves even higher. So now the goalpost moves higher, I got to meet a different standard. Then I'm always falling below the standard. I'm trying to climb to the standard and meet the standard and or surpass it. But every time I surpass it, well, it goes higher. And then when it goes higher, well, guess what happens? I'm below it now. So I got to keep fucking leveling up. That's the reason why I'm so hard on people, man. One of my friends watched a podcast and she was all, "You're really hard on people." And I said, "Because I'm hard on me. Period." That's what it is. And so I take that same paradigm into people because it's not a good thing, but it is what it is, and it is me. It's because I'm hard on me, I'm going to be hard on men, not women. I'm not really that hard on women because women are a different species and they're more gentile. They're more gentle, they're more pure, they're more innocent. I don't fuck with them in the same type of, I don't dispense the same vernacular as I do to men as I do to women. It's different. They're different species. We're different. So because of that, but I'm really hard on men. And because I think we've had this talk a lot, I think that men have the ability to level up and it's just an option if they choose to or not. Now, that's not to say that people don't have it far worse than others. You know, your mom might have been a crack fiend, your daddy wasn't there, and you fucking, lived in streets of fucking Harlem.
Yeah.
Let's just go on to the worst end of things.
Yeah.
You grew up dealing drugs. You don't have anything to look up to. You don't have any good biases to levy on, or rather not biases, but you don't have any good standards to levy on because you don't have anything to emulate that's good or benevolent. So you end up resorting to
what you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a hard childhood. I didn't have that childhood. Did you?
I had not anything like that, but I had a pretty hard childhood, but nothing like that.
So let's say even with your childhood and my childhood, the disparity between it, okay, you can't say now, like I can't say now, you just got to do this. You just got to do this. It's just I don't have any authority to speak to people that had a less advantageous childhood than I did. I had to the only way I'm going to be relatable to people is if people had it worse or a little the same as me or better than me. And also in the space that I'm in. So I have an authority when it comes to weightlifting. I have an authority when it comes to discipline. I have an authority when it comes to making a body because I've done those things and I am those things. So I have an authority to speak on that directive. But everything apart from that, I can't really speak on. I might give you insight, but I can't, with authority and authenticity, speak on that. So when I'm in the gym and I see kids that are, or men in general, and I break them down as to why they're not better than they could be, that's where I guess when I do that, that's why I'm hard on people. If you ever notice, when I talk hard on people, it's because it's basically predicated on transforming themselves, becoming a better version of who they could be. And that's largely dependent on what they do physically and how their mindset. You know, like you have a shirt out that says, change your mindset, change your life. It's very, 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 very important. And people need to understand that. But at the same time, if you don't make little changes like cleaning up your fucking bedroom in the morning, making your bed, doing things that make you a better person, eating better, taking a walk, being able to shine perspective on your life with where you're going, what you're doing, what you could be doing better, and living up to those metrics, or those standards that you place, then you don't have any authority to tell people how to be better. You don't have any authority to tell or direction to give anybody. Those are all things that I fucking do every day, and I've been doing them for years and years and years. That's the reason why I talk with such a
rough tone?
Yeah. And they're static there because Because I don't think it's something that you should compromise in your life as a man. So many things are levied on you having the ability to be tough and not weak and strong, etc. And not only that, but logical and determined with whatever you're doing in life. A lot of things levy on that, dude. And by you not doing the easiest thing I think that is easy, which is making your body into something, you fail on so many other regards.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm hard on people in that particular sense.
It's still crazy to me because people still ask me all the time, like, and we've talked about this. How did you do it? What is it that you did? And how do I eat better? How do I do this? How do I do that? And it's like, if you're not consistent with it, why the fuck am I even going to tell you? Like, why am I going to give you the secrets? They're not even secrets. It's fucking basic logic. It really is. It's been fucking this way for fucking ever, And everybody, again, I say this constantly. Everybody wants a magic fucking pill. Doesn't fucking exist. Everybody wants to fast track. It doesn't fucking exist. They need to put the fucking work in. Work gets fucking results. It's basic. It's fucking easy. It's been like that since the fucking beginning of time. When people fucking building the fucking pyramids back in the fucking Stone Age, right? They were fucking working to do it. Same thing with fucking bodybuilders or people that fucking live healthy lives or anything like that. It's simple. Stay consistent and fucking do it. Make it a fucking life. Don't fucking make it as just a fucking trying to get that easy pill. And it's funny because I get so many DMs. It's like, man, I'm down 5 pounds. Hey, man, I'm down 10 pounds. Hey, I'm down this. Hey, man, great. I had one guy slide into my DMs and tag another buddy of mine and go, you guys are motivating me. I'm coming after you, motherfuckers. And I go, and I wrote back, and this might have been a very dicky thing for me to say, but I don't give a fuck. I said, talk is cheap. Come at me, bro.
Well, how did he say it?
Like, you guys are motivating me because my buddy lost a bunch of weight too, and we're both pro wrestlers, and he looks fucking phenomenal, and I'm looking okay. And this guy put us in a group message together. And I don't know this fucking guy. I might have met him once. I don't fucking know. And he's like, you guys inspired me to be better. Watch out, I'm coming for your asses. And my buddy, he's like, hey man, great, come after us, dude, rock and roll. And I'm like,
I think that was the way that you should have probably
I just wrote back, and it was just like, I was all like, talk is cheap, motherfucker.
You know why probably? Was it because you were hungry?
No, because I was actually eating when I was actually eating when I was doing this.
Because the dieting can get the best of you sometimes.
Yeah. And I was actually eating. I was just like, no, because I get that shit all the time. I get that shit all the fucking time.
You get that people say, you're inspiring me, I'm coming after you all the time?
Like, you inspire me, or which is totally fine. And I want to inspire people, and I love inspiring people. I want to make people better than what I was and what I am. I want to make people better, right? But if you're going to sit there and you're going to be like, I'm coming after you, bro, meaning I'm going to get to your level, you're just putting words on you're just putting words in a messenger. Show me. Meaning, that was the meaning. That was the meaning behind that message. You know what I'm saying?
You said talk is cheap.
Talk is cheap.
And what else?
This is cheap.
And what else did we just after that?
Come at me, bro.
Oh, come at me, bro. Did you put any like emoji?
Nope.
Or any exclamation
Nope.
points?
And then I left the chat. Because talk is cheap.
Sure. But he's also giving you a compliment.
That's fantastic. That's great. Give me a compliment. That's cool. I appreciated the compliment. And hopefully he took what I said as a little bit more of a motivating factor. If not, that's on him.
Right. Yeah, fuck him, dude.
I'm like,
fuck him.
Fuck him. I'm like, come at me, bro. Like, fuck
What's
yeah.
his IG handle? I'm going to fucking blast him now. What's his IG handle? Do you remember?
I think it was on Facebook.
What's his Facebook name?
I don't remember, honestly. I don't, because I left the messenger.
Let's fucking blast him, dude.
No, let's not do that.
Hey,
But I'm just like, fuck. I'm just like, dude, like, that's great. Talk is cheap. And I love seeing people that are.
He definitely was giving you a compliment, man.
And that's fine. And I appreciate the compliment.
But let's fucking bury him.
No, I'm not saying, I'm not burying him. I'm not burying him in any way, shape, and form. What I'm simply saying is, talk is cheap. You could type me all day long of what you're going to do. All day long. You could type it online till you're fucking blue in the face.
Yeah.
But if you're not showing the fucking results,
fucking get him.
Then I don't give a fuck.
That's right. I'm coming for you. I'll fucking bury you.
You know, I don't give a fuck.
Clap, clap.
Motherfucker.
I don't give a fuck.
You know? But if you're out there and you're actually like if you're actually out there grinding and you're showing like I'm down 10, like you're doing side by side pictures and you're actually showing that you're putting in the fucking hard work, I'm fucking behind you I'm behind you all day long.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Let's go. Because I'm that fucking guy.
Yeah.
But if you're just gonna sit there and you're gonna message me and tell me that with no fucking malice or backup to it, get fucked.
Get fucked.
I'm hungry.
You know what? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking fired up. Yeah. Fucking bury him.
I'm not burying
He was just giving you a compliment, man. He really just admires you. He really just admires you.
And I appreciate the compliment.
For some reason, he admires you.
And I love the compliments, and I love people saying, dude, you're looking great, you're looking fantastic. But when you go, I'm coming for you, I'm coming at you, bro.
You took that as a threat.
No, I hopefully he took it as, hopefully he took what I said as a motivating factor. As I'm calling bullshit. Because you know what?
That's what I did to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm glad you said that.
Do you know why I did that?
Hold on.
Oh, okay. I'll hold on for you to make your point. Okay.
No. Because that's what you did. That's what a lot of people did to me. Mm-hmm. When I said I want to do a bodybuilding show, and I was 292 pounds, almost 300 fucking pounds, a lot of people were like, they fucking wrote me off. You don't have the mental capacity. You don't have the will. You don't have the drive. You don't have the determination to fucking do this. And that drove me even more to shove it right up your fucking asses.
Well, but you're not shoving it up our asses. You're just like saying you're proving it to yourself.
Right.
Like, we could give a fuck if you do one.
You know.
Because the people that were telling you, like, okay, for example, me, let's put me in the limelight here. I was telling you that I've done my share of shows. I don't give a shit who competes or not, dude. I'm telling you, like, if you want to do this, I know the path. I know what it's going to involve. And I'm telling you, I'm questioning if you have what it takes. And the reason why I said that was in two parts. Part of me believed that what I was saying was true. Another part was saying, if in fact this works as reverse psychology, he does it. And that's bettering him.
Right. Exactly. And that's what I hope I did to him.
You should have said it in a voice message, right?
But maybe I should have instead of typing it out.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. Because messages like messages or like text messages and stuff like that can be taken in so many different ways.
They're not very contextual.
They're not very contextual, yes. So you're right. You're 100% right on that. But hopefully he took what I said as motivation to, come at me. I want to see it. Show me. Mm-hmm. Don't just type me.
Yeah.
Show me.
Yeah. And you know what? Some people get on these pursuits for a month, even if that, and they're like, I'm cool.
Thank you. Exactly. That's why I said show me.
Yeah. And how old is he, do you think?
In his 30s.
Oh, okay. He's pretty old.
Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying is like you could type me all day fucking long, but type me 4 months down the road.
Yeah.
Type me 2 months down the road. And show me the difference. Say, look, bro, I showed you, bro, I'm showing you, I'm coming after you, and I'm gonna go, yo, this motherfucker's real. Mm-hmm. Because talk is fucking cheap. Anybody could fucking say what they want to say, but if you're not putting the fucking malice and the work behind it,
sometimes you need to talk though before it even actually comes to fruition. You know.
I agree. I totally agree, because I had to talk myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get it. I understand that better than fucking anybody. But don't slide into my fucking DMs and tell me this with no malice behind it. with no fucking, like, you could have great intent, but now show me. Talk is cheap.
Yeah.
Show me. Bottom line.
Everybody should.
I have to pee.
You do.
I do. I'm surprised you don't.
Well, it's a different day. We're doing it. We're doing it at a different time slot.
I've already drank 1.5 gallons of water today.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. I probably get close to that, but I've gone piss multiple times, and I try to really pee before I came here, and I piss here.
Yeah, you did pee here. Yeah. So, and I'm doing the happy dance. And I'm doing the happy dance.
Well, let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. You didn't even say Beauty and Brawn in the beginning.
Beauty and Brawn!
There it is. Bye-bye. Oh, the soreness is real.